Hi, I'm Mrs. Buck. I teach 7th grade Texas history, and I'm going to tell you a story about an experience that I had in middle school. So to start off, for you to be able to understand everything that was happening, everything that's going to happen in this story, I'll need to back up just a little bit and let you know that right before 8th grade, I made the decision, and my parents let me, I made the decision to switch schools and go to a new school for 8th grade. It wasn't a hard decision for me. I was ready, I think, for a different kind of environment. I was coming from a place where I knew everybody, and I had kind of an easy life. Nothing was really hard, and making friends was not difficult for me. But when I got to this new school, some things changed. And I know some of you have probably experienced something similar, and I just want to share with you my experience and what happened to me going into 8th grade. So I changed schools, and going into this new public school from a private school was a little bit different. I knew 2 people going into the school. I wasn't really intimidated. I was ready. I was excited. It was a great thing for me, I felt, at that time. So I went to the first day of school, and it was really a pretty great day. I didn't know a whole lot of people, like I said, but there was one girl who was really nice to me in my science class, and that class was right before lunch. And if you've ever been a new student somewhere, you know how intimidating going to the lunchroom can be. Even if you know everybody. Sometimes going into the cafeteria and trying to figure out where you're going to sit the first day of school is kind of a big deal. This one girl in my science class right before lunch, she was like, "Come sit with us at lunch," and she made it really easy for me. And so my first day was pretty great. I went home, my parents asked, "How was your day?" And I said it was fine, the whole thing. I was excited to go back the next day. So I went to school the second day, and I went through first period, and then I went to second period, and then after second period, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom in between classes, like y'all do, really fast, as fast as I possibly could. And when I got into the stall and I closed the door, and in these big, huge black letters were the words, "Angie Watkins should die." And Angie Watkins was my name back then, before I got married. So I looked at the door, and these big, huge black letters, this in Sharpie, and it said, "Angie Watkins should die." And I just remember thinking, this can't be real. And how can these people that I've known for a day not only not like me, but want me to die? They think that I should not live. And I just remember standing there in shock and tears rolling down my face. Not little bitty tiny tears, but the big, huge, I can't stop crying, ugly kind of cry, sobbing in the bathroom, looking at this door and these letters. The bell rang for me to actually be late to my next class, and I was still standing there. I was frozen. I could not move. I dug my house key out of my backpack, and I stood there for third period, fourth period, and took my house key and picked off each and every letter from the bathroom stall. And back then, the bathroom stalls were covered in paint, just layers and layers and layers of paint. And so I just chipped off every single bit of that black Sharpie that said, "Angie Watkins should die." And I knew that I was not going to stop until those words were gone. And I remember thinking, I don't understand how these people that I've known for one day not only could not like me, like I said earlier, but feel so strongly about me that they actually wanted me dead. In my mind, it was the whole school against me, when really it was probably 1 or 2 or 3 mean girls who had it out for me for some reason, or wanted to pick on the new girl for some reason. But in my mind, it was the whole school against me. So after I picked off every single letter, almost at the exact moment that I finished, the bell rang to go to lunch. And when that bell rang, I decided, enough crying, I'm going to lunch. And I know that girl from science is going to be there. Just please help her notice me. And so I left and I went to the cafeteria, and as soon as I walked in the cafeteria, she's waving like crazy, saying, "Where were you? We missed you. Glad to see you. Where were you in science?" Like questioning me about where I was and actually caring enough about me to notice that I was missing. So from that moment on, I promised myself that I would never make somebody feel the way that I felt that day, and I would stand up for people who felt that way. And although I'm not perfect at it, and I make mistakes, and I don't always do the best job, I certainly do think that it is within our power every single day to help somebody who might be feeling low. To be that girl in the cafeteria, the girl in my science class who stands up for other people, that's what I want to encourage you to do. To not let somebody bring you down so much that you can't recover from it, but to stand back up and say, I'm proud of who I am. I'm okay to be who I am, even if I'm different. Being different is what makes this world a good place. To be like everybody else is not okay. It's just boring. So I challenge you to stand up for other people, to help people, to reach out and to pull somebody up. Thank you.